Hi, I'm Mark Duxbury. Softly is a weekly prose reading. Today gives me it Was I? An anecdote shared with me by a friend over lunch. She said the words spat themselves out before they had a chance to think about their shape. Geese, short, sharp, clipped like a pebble thrown at a window. Me, the smallest pronoun, or the biggest, depends who's holding it. It. What is it? The thing or the nothing? The space or the solid? Was I? This time a question, next time a claim, the sound of existence unbuttoning itself at the seams. Was I? Am I? Was I? I? Asking, a phrase small enough to hold yet profound as a whole day's blue sky. It's what he said. The boy, maybe 12, maybe 13, standing by the street lamp, with one shoe undone, the other covered in mud. It was the kind of mud you only find after it's rained for days, thick and claggy, holding on to everything it touches. He looked at me like I'd stolen something from him, that I'd never seen him before in my life. You what? I said, like I was from a TV show, a character playing a version of myself that sounded like they'd grown up here that I never had. A city girl back home in a town that wasn't even hers, wearing borrowed dialects like coats 2 sizes too big. Gives me it, he said again, this time slower. Was I? The way he said it, sharp like a dart, where there was a wobble and his aim, his voice didn't quite hit the target, and I was struck in that space where I couldn't tell if he was mocking me, asking me, or blaming me. All I knew was the air between us had gone electric, like a radio channel half tuned to static. What's it? I said, shrugging, because that's what you do when a kid stares you down and you're not sure who's got the upper hand. He scuffed his undone shoe into the pavement, the mud smearing a crooked stripe. His hands were stuffed deep into the pockets of a jacket that looked too thin for the November cold. He nodded, chin jerking up in the direction of my bag. I had a banana in there, some receipts, and a book I wasn't going to finish reading because I'd already decided the ending was predictable. Well, nothing worth stealing, but his look wasn't about wanting, it was about testing, seeing what I'd do next. Gives me it, he said again, this time softer. That's when it hit me. He wasn't asking for my bag or the banana or anything I had. It wasn't about what he wanted. It was about whether I'd not, I'd give it. Whatever it was. He stepped closer. I could see the mud had splattered the hem of his jeans, leaving dark freckles all the way to his knees. His hands stayed in his pockets, shoulders hunched against a wind that hadn't yet arrived, but was probably on its way. You was, he said. Was I? There it was, that wobble again, his voice not just a dart now, but a dart tossed by someone with shaky hands. It wasn't me he was talking to anymore, it was something else. The air, the street lamp, the road behind me stretching out into the kind of grey that eats the world after 4 p.m. in late autumn. I wanted to say, was I what? But I didn't. The question hung there, unavoidable, twisting a loop. He was looking at me like maybe I had the answer, and I didn't. Because when I opened my mouth, all that came out was, I don't know, mate. You tell me. He looked at me for a long time, long enough for the wind to show up finally, slicing through both of us like it had somewhere to be. Then he shrugged, turned, walked off. I just stood there, clutching my bag tighter, trying to shake the sound of his voice out of my head. Kiss me it, was I? The words stuck, circling, digging themselves into the spaces between my thoughts. What if he wasn't asking me for something? What if he was asking the world?